Hey guys, Marsingin here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so Ultimate Gohan is getting his Super EZA on both versions of the game tomorrow. I mean, by the time this video comes out, it's going to be about 14 hours away if the Super EZA drops at 5. Recently, they've been dropping banners and then EZAs at differing times. I think the last time a Super EZA dropped, it was at the earlier time, like the banner time, which is now 5 AM for UK. They've been doing it weirdly lately where they'll drop a banner and then like an EZA or something, and then you also get other content come out on that same day, but like a couple of hours later. I believe this one is in the earlier time slot. I could actually check on the Dokkan info thing, to be fair, because for some reason for global, we're yet to have the data download that actually includes this guy in it. So, I mean, obviously at this point, because we're synced, you know, we are assuming that he is coming out on global as well. Like, there's no reason why he shouldn't, but as of yet, there is no information actually on global that he is going to be coming out, which is kind of funny. So very typical with the whole, you know, these tweets being posted on JP but not on global, leaving global players a little bit in the dark. But this should be out tomorrow. His Super EZA seems pretty good. He's got a lot of stats. He gets a lot of stats on Super. You only have to get to 7 key with him, because then he gets 5 key as long as he has 7. So very, very easy, even in some of these events where the enemy lowers your key. It's not going to be very difficult for him to get a super attack. If you're running him on a super class team, that seems to be the design, like the build that he's designed for. He gets a guaranteed additional super, has built-in crit chance. He has guard and dodge chance as the second or third attacker in the turn, which, I mean, he was never a slot 1 unit anyway, so that's fine. He builds up defense and crit chance and dodge chance with each super that he performs, and then he gives super class allies attack and defense, as well as a slightly bigger buff if there's an extreme class enemy. So even against super class enemies, he's still going to be giving a decent little bit of support. His Super EZA seems really, really solid overall. I did a video going over his details when they first came out and giving my thoughts in a bit more detail, so you can always go ahead and check that out if you haven't seen it. But yeah, he's going to be dropping tomorrow, and there are a bunch of missions included, because of course we always have these missions for a Super EZA. So I have to check the ones, like I say, via the JP version of Dokkan info, because this stuff is still not in the data for global yet. But there are 3 missions, pretty straightforward. We always get this one where it's use 3 or more characters who've been Extreme Z awakened. Then we have one for use 3 characters from the final trump card category. And then the final one is to beat the stage in 5 minutes or less. Now, remember that you need to get 30 of the Super EZA medals in order to Super EZA the character. So if you do all of these missions, you literally get half of the medals that you need. And you get 3 medals per run of the actual stage anyway. So as long as you can beat all 3 of these missions in 5 attempts of beating the stage, you get your 15 medals from the 5 attempts, you get your 15 medals from the missions, and then you are done, and you can Super EZA Ultimate Gohan. So using the EZA characters, obviously that's pretty straightforward. Final trump card is interesting because the actual Gohan event itself, the weakness was Majin Buu Saga. So obviously not fun, although there are some final trump card characters on there, of course, with diffusions and stuff like that. So remember that you don't have to do the runs like repeated, right? So like if you can build a final trump card team and it's a bit more of a struggle, but you do beat the stage, you don't beat it in 5 minutes, right? You're not using 3 EZA characters. That's fine. That's that mission done. Like I said, you ideally want to do them within 5 runs. So if you want to dedicate 1 run to just doing final trump card, then dedicate a run to the having an Extreme Z or 3 Extreme Z awakened characters. And then after that, depending on how long it's taken you, you can then dedicate the next 3 runs trying to figure out the team build that can beat the stage the fastest, which is what I usually do. I mean, I normally do the category 1 and the 3 EZA characters at the same time, because that's very easy to do. And then you have 4 more runs to basically try and figure out the quickest way to beat the stage. And of course, once you've done it and you've beaten it in 5 minutes or less, then you don't need to worry about it after that. And you just need to beat the stage a couple more times to get the last of the medals, which is a little bit less of a hassle. Now, remember, that even though the mission is for Final Trump card, the EZA itself, because the event still has the Buu Saga weakness, those are the characters that will be better defensively and better offensively. So those are the characters ideally that you want to take into the event. So I brought up the Martian Buu Saga category here. We've got characters like the Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku, who, of course, good old Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku, still number one in my tier list. A lot of people not happy about that, but this guy, obviously very, very good. Does he have Final Trump card? He doesn't have Final Trump card, even though, realistically, him using Super Saiyan 3 in the Buu Saga, it kind of is him using his Final Trump card, isn't it? I guess, but he's not on the category, but he's a really good leader for the team, obviously. With Buu Saga, Otherworld Warriors, and Accelerated Battle, you can get away with throwing some Final Trump card characters from, like, Accelerated Battle or Otherworld Warriors. Like, is Gogeta on there? Accelerated Battle, obviously, there's a lot of good characters for EZAs like UI Goku, even though he's not in Final Trump card or Majin Buu Saga, has the 100% chance to dodge on turn 1. Obviously, very, very good. And then you've got the Fat Buu. Fat Buu and the Buu team itself could be really, really good for this EZA, but probably not for the 5 minutes mission, right? Because that team is incredibly slow moving. But the team is very good. We also do have the STR Goku and Vegeta, who are on Final Trump card. And of course, with their EZA, not only do they count as an EZA character, but they have a 180% leader skill. So you could throw these guys on the team, or as the leader, have a bunch of different like Buu Saga EZAs, try and get some Final Trump card units in there as well, and then you could get that mission done quite easily. So I wanted to highlight just a couple of characters that will be very, very good in this event. Obviously, the LR Buu Tanks that transforms into Gohan. He's an EZA character. He's physical. He, with his EZA, is really, really good. He is actually on Final Trump card as well, to be fair. So he's definitely a really good pick for the team. If you got the new Gohan, if you did summon, then obviously running a full Buu, like Buu Saga team, is going to be really, really good. Even if you didn't get him, running this guy as the leader and then as a friend, I think will be fine. Especially because the Buu team is going to feature a lot of characters that will be very helpful for this event and for the missions. Because obviously Gohan is INT, right? If you actually have the Super Buu, the 60% support, they all got their EZAs, right, when the Dragon Fist Goku and Hirudegarn came out around that time. So this guy supports extreme physical and is an EZA character, is an orb changer, so he can be very, very good. And then, of course, that Buu Saga team, you've got characters like the Barbary and Buu that got their EZA during Golden Week as well. So there's a lot of, like, strong Buu Saga physical, like, EZA characters. And then even non-physical, like this guy. I mean, even though he has type disadvantage, has the big damage reduction and defense when you have the Buu Saga allies, or Martian Power allies more specifically. But this guy obviously very, very good as well. So a lot of strong options for like the Buu team or for an extreme team. And then when we have superclass units, remember that these guys have just been added to the Buu Saga category. So these guys will be really, really good. Very, very strong EZA character, right? Like one of the better EZA TURs. So these guys will be super, super good in this event. You could use them as a leader and run Gifted Warriors or Kamehameha, and that would allow you to get quite a few characters that will be on like Final Trump card. So they could be a good option for a leader in order for doing some of these missions. Then we have the Kid Trunks. I threw this guy in here. He's obviously an older unit with his EZA, but you could run him with the physical Goten and Trunks, and then you have these two physical units together with their EZAs. That rotation obviously would be very good. And of course, when we're talking Buu Saga, you know, we have the super class version of the 60% support Orb Changer, which is the Z-Sword Gohan. He's obviously never been like that hype of a unit, like in terms of the overall, like the listing of the 60% supports, this guy's nearer the bottom of the list. But for this particular setup, if you're running a super class team, you're running a bunch of Buu Saga units and you're running a bunch of super physical units, then obviously Gohan could be very, very good. So if we go back to Majin Buu Saga, I guess we could mention physical Super Vegito. I know his EZA is kind of like a bit of a meme. His damage output isn't particularly great, but he is a physical unit with an EZA, so he obviously could fit on the team quite nicely and be dishing out some counter damage and stuff like that. Obviously could be very, very good. If we take a look at the physical unit specifically, I really hope this Angel Vegeta gets an EZA when the Part 2 LR comes out. Well, I guess not a Part 2 LR. I have to stop saying that. The Carnival LR that's coming out in like just under 2 weeks, remember, could be completely unrelated to the celebration now. Obviously, these guys don't have an EZA, but the 8-year physical Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta could be really good on the Superclass team as well. Units like the LR, AGL, Gohan, and then of course Tech Gohan, even though he is Tech, it doesn't matter because he has the guard. Now we did find out today we are getting the Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta and Super Saiyan 2 Goku EZAs. Those might be out tomorrow as well. So potentially, if they're all dropping at the same time, you could do the EZAs for these guys first and then use them on a Buu Saga team for the Gohan Super EZA. Obviously, there's the INT Gotenks. There's also the physical base Gotenks. Remember, in an EZA, you can't use same name characters, though. But he would obviously be quite good. There's a few decent physical characters, like this Super Saiyan 2 to Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Really can't wait for him to get an EZA. But before he gets it, he's a little bit outdated. EZAs are obviously not the hardest content in the world, but he's not going to be super great on the team. There is the family Kamehameha Gohan as well, obviously, if you got him from the worldwide celebration. So there's some decent options here for characters. Obviously, some EZA, some not, but you only need 3 characters with EZAs in order to do that mission. So that should be fairly straightforward. And then, yeah, it should be pretty easy to get through this Super EZA, get this guy done. We will be doing this tomorrow on the stream, and then hopefully doing the showcase and everything for him straight after that. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Apparently the page, I was going to bring up his wiki page, but oh, there you go, now it works. When I tried to bring it up before, it wouldn't open. So I don't know if it's been updated or was being updated as I was about to start recording it, but yeah, this guy, he seems really good. Can't wait to try him out on the actual Buu Saga team. It is interesting that they've done this whole thing again where like the Dokkan Fest is Gohan, who is extreme and runs like an extreme team, and then the main EZA for the celebration, or the main Super EZA, is a super class unit, and then we just got 2 EZAs announced that are both super class units as well. Although I guess technically Tech Vegeta transforms into Majin Vegeta and becomes extreme, but either way, kind of funny. But yeah, let me know your thoughts around Gohan. What team are you thinking to use for his Super EZA for the missions? Let me know down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.